Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. Welcome. Hi, Stuart. Welcome back to the Trekyards live with you all. Assuming everyone can hear me. Da, da, da. I don't know if he can hear me or not. Well, hopefully Stuart can hear me. But yes, welcome back, everybody. We are living.
I said I could hear you much, and everybody else can hear you, much to their chagrin.
There he goes, unmuted. Huzzah. Mouse. Goodness. TNG! We're going to celebrate the one that restarted it all. That brought us all of the legacy fun. As in, the bar was set. The tone was set. The uniforms was set. Com badge, etc.
And clarifying, TNG is not Lower Decks. Same time period-ish, but not really.
No, Lower Decks is Lower Decks strip.
I know.
TNG is the 7 seasons, and we will include the movies because they are TNG movies, and I'll follow those characters if you do it that way. So this is obviously the TNG cast. Now, this is not villains specifically, because we've done a villains, although we've thought about subdividing. This is our first test at that. This is anybody in TNG. Now, you could just put the main cast if you're so inclined, or we could go really interesting ones. And I don't know about you, Stuart, but I am vibing this one as to TNG by TNG standards. Meaning, I'm not going to be comparing how is Darmok character in all of Trek quality. I'm just how he fares in the TNG 7 seasons and 3 movies. Cool.
Yes. Yeah, it can be one-off characters. It can be main characters and cast. It can be one-offs. It can be recurring guest stars. It can be a lot of different things. So.
Yeah, there's a lot of people to show here, and some guest cast absolutely came in and stole the show, and some came in who are way famous and didn't. There's a broad spectrum here, right? So excited to see who you want to talk about. We've got a few as well. And just excited to see, once you start comparing, who does what, does where, does who. So I'm going to start sharing. I'll see you in a few seconds. Let us know.
All right, I'm going to tell you guys to hit like. We have 15 of you here and 14 likes. That's pretty good. We can get to 20, though, I'm sure. Hit like if you haven't hit like yet. I really appreciate it. Also, consider subscribing to the channel if you're not already. And if you are subscribed, make sure you're subscribed, because YouTube tends to unsubscribe people. So subscribe, click the notification bell icon to all so you don't miss any content, either edited or live, that we do. And you can join us for these, which are really awesome. They're always fun. And yeah, there's a join option as well. You can join the channel. There's a join button down there. Look at the options to join, or head on over to Patreon/Trekyards. You can support us over there. Also, we really appreciate all and anything you guys can do. So help us out. And yeah, there are a lot of characters in TNG. So this was going to be just any amount kind of deal, but I mean, with rapid fire, boom, 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 it takes us a little while to get all the pictures together and get them organized, find the episodes, all that, and it's hard to do when we're chatting about it. I'm going to keep it at any amount, I think, but consider slowing it down. Not a band account, just a tad, or not a band account. He has to do $5 at least, maybe is the deal. I don't know. It's not a bad thing that you're super chatting. It's just it makes it very difficult on our end, and then we get backlogged, and then by the time the 2 hours is up, we have a bunch of stuff that we have to drag over to another live, which people might miss, and they might have super chatted for somebody. It's just one of those things, right? So, also make sure you check those links down below. There are links to the Teespring and the TeePublic store. But yeah, do the things. We appreciate it.
We do. It pack-leds us. It makes us go. But Stuart, why don't you throw in one of the set we have while I bring your tremendous suggestions in to the selection. So pick somebody you'd like to talk about and let's bring them in.
Oh my god. Okay.
There's a good amount of choice there, yes.
Too much.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Moriarty. Fantastic actor, incredible character, and blend of fictional plus self-aware intelligence. Um, Seems quite devious and diabolical at times, but also super friendly and nice and very understanding. And he even showed up in Picard. I mean, this guy became a recurring character because of that one episode. And I have a personal, like, he's Moriarty, man. He's from Sherlock Holmes, so I got a personal connection there. I think this guy did great, and I love the video that he made prior to Picard season 3, where he said, you know, hey, I'd love to come back and play Moriarty again. And it was kind of like a tease a little bit, and then of course it happened. So I mean, that's really cool. Doesn't play a big part in Picard season 3, but just the fact that he makes an appearance, I think, is pretty cool, honestly. So yeah, Moriarty, very well done character.
Yeah, Moriarty. I mean, for me, this is one of the top performances of the character that I look at and for. He has the regalness of a supervillain while being as friendly as the I'm superior than everybody vibe entails. He could be a friend and then turn on you and kill you, and all those, and you know, you wouldn't bat an eyelid at any of them, all in this one performance, and with a tremendous English accent, and just very good scripts. He was excellent, and he was not back only due to rights issues. He should have been. He was underused in Picard. I'd love to see him. Yeah, I mean, one of my favourite guest stars. I want to straight out with an S, because I think he's an excellent Holmes, Moriarty, let alone character. I think he's one of the best. It's the actor as well, because they could have, many people can play this role, like Hamlet, but he brought something special that only he could bring. That's my take.
Really great recurring character for sure. I was going to say A personally, but I'm happy with an S to start. Again, that might get bumped down. We'll see, but it's a good one right out of the gate. I think it set the standard, the gold standard for good character development and good writing. And keep in mind, he had a few episodes to kind of get that across as well. Although he did such a great job in his first one. A lot of these guest stars just kill it on one appearance, right? Or characters, one appearance is good. So, yeah. Anywho's, there you go. That's my choice.
All right. Start with the people suggestions, since you do control the live often.
Not a band account. $2. The outrageous Thadian Akana. Yes. Again, a very standout swashbuckling pirate, Han Solo type rogue, and made one appearance in TNG, and then has gone on to be in Lower Decks as well as Prodigy. So definitely loved by the fans, and it's a pretty good episode. It's fun. It's Romeo and Juliet in space, but that's fine. And Bill Campbell does such a good job of portraying the kind of likable rogue. Yeah, he's a great character, and did make a reappearance. So
he's definitely kind of that. He's a look and a swagger, but I don't necessarily remember everything he brought into the role, because the episode isn't about him necessarily. But you look at him like, oh yeah, that guy. You like him? He's on Aladdin meets Han Solo, right? Kind of that I don't know, the talking style of Aladdin slightly more. No, he's great. I don't think he stands out quite as much as Arpil, even though he does raise the top in some categories. You could have done with the second time in TNG to kind of see how he developed, since he's not really the same character in Prodigy or Lower Decks, because it's so many years apart, right? And being someone who's a freelance like that, life experiences change. Oh, sorry, life experiences change you so much, right? So, it is such a, you're allowed to be more different than just a staff officer who just lives the same day again and again. I think there are lots better people, but he's definitely great. What are you thinking for him in the all-time rankings?
Just the fact that he made a reappearance in Prodigy, I think that an A is probably good for him. I don't think he has the gravitas or the look he's back as Moriarty does. So again, that's starting off really high though.
Yeah, I would have said a medium B, because there are many who are A above him, and there are many that are S above him.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. B is fine.
He's a classic, but there's a lot. The scale has a lot more room in the roof.
And funny, a lot of the ones that are above him only had one appearance, which is weird. So,
But we are looking at TNG though, so his prodigy is kind of a slight, you know.
that's true. That's true.
Otherwise, like Lacano is also kind of. Well, it's like O'Brien, right? O'Brien really is DS9, but this is the TNG version of him. So how's that character?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I'm down for that.
Yeah. And that's why obviously the variations when we look at the DS9 cast, they'll be slightly different as well. But yeah, 2 classics right off the bat.
All right. Next up, not a band account, Lieutenant Tasha Yar.
1 seasoner. And then White
Wow. Yeah. And then, well, not Sela, but
Not Sealer, exactly. Although we might do at some point a top guest stars, because again they are different.
yeah, I was never the biggest Tasha Yar fan, honestly. I did kind of miss her when she left at first, but I didn't expect them to kill her off. She just wasn't on my radar essentially for season 1 when I watched it. I mean, she's attractive and looks good in the uniform, but as a security officer, she didn't do much or have the writing behind her to really emphasize her toughness. So
How can we judge her by her record when she only got several scenes to show her record?
yeah,
R.I.P. Yeah, she's definitely a potential character. I mean, the actress is pleasant. She looks good as a role. Like, she suited the uniform well. She gave a good vibe. Her one true acting experience is Yes Enterprise, and she's excellent. She owns the episode. But she's only fine, right? She's only fine.
she's kind of fine. Yeah,
She's kind of fine, right? Kind of. I would say a high C personally, but does not even dip into B. Sorry, I think she's pleasantly C. I know, because so many guest stars outshine her,
yeah.
And,
C for Chief of Security.
And of course, the irony is a guest star gets more screen time per episode than a regular who they can't find a space for. So
Yeah.
that's why the guests are often really important, because they are the point of the story, right?
I really hope there's a universe out there somewhere where Denise Crosby didn't leave TNG and her character just got better over the course of the seasons. But
And you could still have had this Enterprise that much different, just change the reason for going like this much, and have both, yeah.
all right, not a band account again. $2.
Cool.
Ambassador Loxana Troy, daughter of the 5th House of Beta Z. All right, Majel Barrett herself. Definitely recurring roles. Came back quite often. Even was referenced once in the episode Captain's Holiday. She's going to be coming on board at Starbase 12.
The threat of her was enough to have a story.
Then I'll go on holiday. Yeah, exactly. No, they really did this character good, well, I think, and even translating to DS9, really a lot of growth for the character. So, and yeah, Majel Barrett, the wife of Gene Roddenberry, and the computer voice, all that. She definitely had a lot going for the actress in the role, and I think she killed the role of caring and loving mother, yet kind of overbearing.
Kind of.
And little bits, a lot eccentric and kind of hard to deal with. So, yes.
It's okay, Mellow Canuck. It's okay. Everyone can like different things. I mean, okay, so she is an annoying character. She's trying to be, right? It's like when Jellicoe comes up. He's meant to be unlikable until the end. So that's success. Like someone said, I was on Facebook recently, I hated Jellicoe, and someone's like, you're meant to. Good job, right? So you're meant to sort of be annoyed by her. She is annoying, but when it breaks through the annoying into the really meaningful, those moments then play so much stronger because she's so annoying and she's so overcompensating her flaws with her words and her emotion simple thing when she's flirting with the hologram in season 1 or 2 where he has no emotions, and she's really sincere about it, and it's like it's not a real person, and it really hurts her, and it's like that's really sincere, right? So very specific, and they know what they're trying to do.
And we saw like multi-layer to her, like you said. She puts on a front to hide her own insecurities, and we get episodes like with Timothy where he's got to be put to death because of his age, and she's fighting for him. Like you see a lot of this character underneath all the layers, and I think that's a very multifaceted character. So yeah.
But she's not a personal favorite of mine just because she is so annoying, and the jewels are buried in the annoyance. You can do a 10-minute gold reel of her, and you would do a 10-minute trash reel of her, right? And both are entirely intentional. And those episodes radically vary. Where are you thinking? Because there are so many better written characters for what I enjoy, but that's not necessarily what this character's about, right?
Well, I think with the way the character was written and all the stuff we saw with her, I think an A is definitely where she should be.
Yeah. I think an A. There's a lot more depth. And the Timothy one was excellent for all of the reasons. Very heartfelt.
Yeah.
Thine punch and thine gut. Yeah.
All right. Next up is Dan Ben with 2 pounds. Dr. Beverly Crusher.
Our first main character.
I think this is one of my favorite doctors for obvious reasons. Plus being able to balance being a mother and having that motherly instinct towards Wesley, as well as her interplay with the captain, their history. Shame she had to leave for a season, but she did come back. So, I mean, that says something right there. And I think she definitely did well over the rest of the run of the show. And even in the movies, proved to be a little bit of a badass once or twice. So, yeah, top marks to her. Plus, she became chief of Starfleet Medical. It's in a deleted scene for Nemesis.
And then Admiral in Picard.
Yeah. I think Picard kind of diminished her character a little bit for me. Just hiding this Jack from Picard was a shitty thing to do, but her going out wanting to help people with the ship and
yeah, although the amount of good you can do on a starship with the full resources versus just a lady and her 7-year-old, 8-year-old, 9-year-old, 10-year-old is so much. When you're used to helping on an industrial scale, it's weird to go down to just be a local doctor that travels around helping random people and couriering. I respect it for some ways, but it's like you could have done a lot more if you'd used the system. But there are a lot of other doctors, I guess. But Beverly. I mean, obviously she's lovely. She just naturally owns the doctor vibe, just like we saw LeVar own engineering speak. He just does it in a way that is entertaining. She sells the relatively the same old dialogue she gets, because when you're a function-based character, your job is medical, so you're going to talk about medical a lot. No shit. Captain, other roles get more varied dialogue. She gets very specific. She always makes it sound interesting and smart, and not overbearingly smart, but clearly very smart. Not too smart, as in like EMH. No, I think she should get an S because she's obviously compelling, and I'd happily watch most subplots with her, as in main plots. Give her an action film, sure. Give her a love story, sure. Yeah, she was good at most of them. Yeah.
She can be tough and forceful, yet she has an excellent bedside manner, be very caring. So definitely nailed the doctor role.
But she was ugly for a human.
Sure. Not a band account, $2, Beverly Crusher, Space Ghost. Haven't rewatched the episode to do a review on it, so I haven't watched it in a long time. Don't remember a lot about it. Definitely an F.
F because she be effing.
Ooh, there you go. Yeah, the fact the episode just made fun of.
Well, it might be the best one we've ever forgotten about since.
Yep. Classic for real. $40. Damn. $20 each. Wow. 4 hot women guard an extremely important guard from lower decks where pleasant fountains lie, and TNG Code of Honor, respectively, which are not worst subplot or episodes of franchise. I assure you, DM'd pick of each to Sam on Discord. All right, well, this lady here is the first one, Lower Decks, which is not TNG, therefore it's an F.
As is this lady. Same logic. They be no TNG.
Why is she in here?
There's another one he submitted later. Just
Oh, we'll just get it out of the way now then.
Yes, apparently these people are important, so look forward to a crack team of Billips's people doing things.
All right, well, F and F because they are Lower Decks characters.
And animated. I don't even know who they are. Good episode though, with the dragon engine.
Yeah.
And the other one he submitted was the Code of Honor Guard.
Yeah.
Didn't know much about him, Stuart. His wife wasn't well mentioned. His third kid, of course, was in a later episode, but his first kid was barely mentioned. He has 3 books written about him, but none of them were quite as deep as they should have been. Just a B, I think, for this guard. What do you think?
I'm gonna throw him in an F just because. F.
You haven't read his 3 books?
I have not. No. I must admit I'm a little bit lacking in that department, and I apologize to everyone out there.
He's hashtag Code of Honor guy 3.
Sure.
A very TOS style costume as well. Interesting.
We're definitely filling out the F rank.
Yeah. Up to people.
All right, guys, hit that like button if you haven't already. 41 of you here, 22 likes. You can definitely do better. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, lots more in the list. Excellent. And do include some, random one-offs, as some are, because there are some very, very good random one-offs. Might just surprise people.
I'm not going to bump those up, Classic for real. I don't know if you've asked yet. Oh yeah, don't forget the rest of that for you. Well, you didn't say to bump them up with it, so no. You were just being generous and donating, so we're not bumping them up with that one. You'd have to super chat again, unfortunately. Dan Ben, 2 pounds. Chief O'Brien. Well, TNG Chief O'Brien. Hold on. Where is he?
How did it make it over?
No.
There he is.
So yeah, Transporter Chief O'Brien. Who can't decide on which pips to wear generally, and yeah. I mean, he played a big role in some of the episodes, like Disaster and things like that.
Fairly well liked by production, because you don't bring that many back as regulars.
Yeah.
He had something that was bring backable.
He was around since Encounter at Farpoint. He piloted he was on the emergency bridge, piloting the ship. So, I mean, hey, pretty important guy. The most important man in Starfleet, don't you know? So, for TNG, though, I mean, he made a big mark. We saw his wedding. Like, he became kind of an important character, much more so in DS9, obviously. I don't know. I don't know where to place him, actually. I want to give him an S because of his legacy, but that's mainly DS9.
Yeah, that's 100% DS9. I mean, he's the definitive secondary or tertiary character, right? He's the most reused random extra guy that actually has lines. Of course, we have Lieutenant J, etc., who are there but they're not doing anything. He's actually got several stories, and has a few very good lines, like with the boat. They're sucking up to the character of Picard with the boat. He has, I mean, bloody hell, he has a Cardassian storyline. That's great. That's a real scene with just him excelling. And the Data thing, he is the absolute goat of the secondaries. I believe he also deals with Barkley in the transporter one where he gets beamed with the alien in the pattern buffer thing. That's a thing I think helps on.
Transporter psychosis, yeah.
Yeah. So he's definitely... in TNG, he's a very low-key, gentle, nice guy. With a bit of deepness for Cardassian War. So I would say, for me, I'd say a strong B.
Yeah.
But that was a very easy summary of his character. Because he's meant to be low-key, right? And that's a fine thing, and that's why he gets a B. But he, yeah.
No, I think for TNG, that's absolutely acceptable. Yeah. Love your logic there.
Yeah.
Not a bad account. $5. Kivas Fajo, humble Zibilian trader in Trianites. Whatever. Yes, very dislikable character.
Mm-hmm.
Much better choice for the role than the first gentleman that had it. Which is sad.
Mm-hmm.
Sad thing that happened there. But just rewatched part of this episode the other day, and as far as dislikable character goes, he definitely nails it. He's greedy, he's selfish, he doesn't care about people, he doesn't have empathy, he's just kind of an asshole. And as such, I can't give him a high rank, even though he's memorable, which is definitely a factor in the ranking here. But yeah, we'll see where I think I know where I want to put him, but I want to hear what Sam has to say.
I mean, he killed Data. Right? That's quite a bold thing to do and memorable for that. The fact he's a very well-known character actor that is in everything obviously adds a bit, because he has such a legacy of TV in, the 90s, 2000s, 2010s. Classic chap. He's not normally this bastard, which shows he does it so well, because he's more squirrely, nervous good guy often. This is not that. He's a real dick here. Where you can really sense he has... His moral compass is get the cool shit for the me, because I the best. And you believe it. The only problem is that whenever you see a Very on T randomly in an episode after or before this, you're like, how come you have the one of 3 special weapons? Oh, okay, you don't. It just happened in a DS9 episode like that.
They have the Very on S version, which looks similar.
Sure. Okay, I like that. It's just a bit funny when it revolves around a thing that's a reused prop. But no, he's excellent. And he's, the fact that he can aggression's the wrong word. He can charisma intimidate. He can intimidate Data, who's a bionic man that could snap his neck and break through doors. And he can intimidate him into accepting, is very impressive. And it's 100% successful until a certain point. I want to give this guy a very... very high B or low A, because he is one of the standout guest stars.
I was thinking B, but I'm thinking now maybe we should go with the A, the low A, because, definitely very memorable. Just even on sight, you know who this character is. Mm-hmm. You know that he's an asshole. I'm going to put him at a low A. My words worked. Sometimes.
He has the benefit of the entire episode. He's the secondary, really. So he's got a lot of good stuff. And it's very clear who the character is from minute 1. It's just how deep in that you go. Yeah. And the fact that, of course, Data will kill. He'll break his programming willingly to murder a guy. Talk about...
Oh, that was an accidental discharge, though.
And lie. Push him to murder and lie. All is... That says a lot, right? Says a lot. Yeah.
It's very on-tease. They're very unstable.
Sticky trigger. It goes off sometimes. Yeah,
absolutely. All right. Classic for real. $20.
Oh.
Really hot and not annoying, I assure you. Blonde woman, Billups and Rutherford first meet when visiting Billups' parents.
Yes.
It's already at F. I'm going to read the rest, though. Where Pleasant Fountains lie, not doing this just because she's hot or not annoying. DM Sam. Well, we didn't say, you didn't clarify in the actual thing, so she's at F still.
She was great, though.
Sure, I guess. I don't remember.
I'm seeing more Billup stuff.
Dan Ben, £2. Dr. Pulaski.
Mm.
Now, if you'd asked me years ago,
Mm-hmm.
I'd have a different thing to say. Now that we've rewatched season 2 and ranked them all, she's actually a good character. The first couple episodes, they hadn't quite find their footing yet with her. She came across as a little aggressive and bitchy, but she's got really good bedside manner. She's actually a very, very competent and nice doctor, and even has a history with Will Riker's dad, which I think adds to the character quite a bit. And I kind of wish she hadn't gone away as soon as she did. At the time, I understand why nobody liked her. I was one of those people, and I've since kind of changed my mind on that somewhat. So I think she was a good attempt at bringing in like a McCoy-like character, and the gruffness and the argument she had with Data, and she's just kind of mean, and she was a bully to Data at first. They evened her out by the end of the season, and it was kind of a shame to see her go. So I wish we had seen more of her. That's my thoughts. What are yours?
Yes, this was definitely a funny one because I knew you when you hated her. I saw the evolution. Just give them the episodes to appreciate, and they'll appreciate them. It's something that Enterprise had, not the time in contrast. Because compared to Beverly, she's horrible, but she's not Beverly, and nor is that what she's trying to do. She was an ill-conceived character from the start, who then evolved into the character that worked. And that's the nature of television and going for a punt, right? Same thing with Peter Capaldi. He was an arrogant, as in Doctor Who, when he was too mean at the start, and they refined him into a really, really good Doctor by the end, but by that point it's too late, right? So Pulaski has some very good moments. She has some very mean moments that are unnecessarily mean, that obviously lower her standing. Great Doctor. I mean, she's proven to be incredibly competent throughout it. Probably more genius than Beverly in terms of she can pull random solves out of her head more. If remembering the brief on her, if I recall, Beverly's I think a better well-rounded Doctor. I think she's more of a I can do a thing. What can you? Yeah. Okay. Hey, it worked. Cool. Versus this is the way we do it. Whatever.
I also want to jump in real quick with her bedside manner was exemplary. She wanted to make homemade chicken soup for Riker, I believe. Like that's above and beyond, right? Like, but you definitely want to listen to her as a doctor. Beverly could be forceful. She could be a bit like, you need to do the thing. But Pulaski, I think, would pull that off a bit better as far as being stern goes. So I just wanted to throw that in there.
Yeah, what you think about her is not necessarily what she was. She varied quite a bit. And definitely she should have come back as a late season payoff. It would have been nice. Oh, what are you thinking? Because I'm torn.
Like a hymen.
Nope, not like a hymen.
Oh, okay.
Not
I said Herman, but in the Jewish accent.
Zimmerman?
Your mind is going places. What is wrong with... Anyway, I'd say an A for Pulaski.
That's the problem. Does the good outweigh the bad? So I think they're so tone deaf.
When you dive deep into the character, you can ignore that stuff. But yes, on the surface, if a first reaction wise, knee-jerk reaction is like, we don't like her. So a lot of people still have that. Yeah, okay. If you want to lower it down, I'll trust your judgment on it. I mean, the fact that on rewatches, I really wouldn't have minded to see more of her.
I'm so torn between, because something negative can whatever. Guys, I want to vote now because I'm right on that line between A and a B. She's definitely a B, but I'm on that line.
Okay, you guys vote in the chat.
Yeah,
or somebody super chat in and lock it in. A or B? Let us know.
Yeah, let us know.
Let's not forget, she was also in TOS twice, not as Dr. Pulaski, and each time as a separate character.
Yeah. Yep.
So I mean, she's Star Trek alum.
Yep. I wish that we were super old, but doesn't look that old in this. But she feels old in the show, but she isn't that old.
She still doesn't look that old. I mean, she looks old now, but she doesn't look as old as I would expect her to look.
Yes.
Like we even talked about maybe she could come back in Picard season 3 before season 3 aired because she still looks all right? So
Yeah, confusing.
so we got A.
Keep voting. Want to see what you
And
guys think.
smoking hot in TOS.
Goodness. And I have a poll as well. Can read that out.
Sure, but we're gonna move her in a second because I can't wait that long. Who was your favorite TNG guest star? Miles O'Brien, Loxana Troy, Wesley Crusher, or Guinan?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna put her in A for now.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody said S, but
I think she's too controversial for S. Just in the sense there's justifiable negatives.
if she had been in another season, she might qualify for an S because I think they were on the right track with her character.
Or even just a two-parter in season 7 where they could really have, like, that's all it would take, and to kind of let her have a victory lap, kind of like Denise had. One giant epic win would have been all you need, right? Super.
Jamie Somerville, 5 pounds. Tomalak, a classic Romulan foil for the crew. Live long and prosper.
Mm-hmm. The guy on the view screen except once. That wasn't even really him.
He is there. Okay.
Yes.
Are we going to stare at each other across the neutral zone? I really like Tomalak. Even in Future Imperfect, where it's not really him.
He's great in that.
Yeah. Would have liked to have seen more of him, honestly. It would have been great if he showed up in Deep Space Nine as well.
He was meant to be in more, but he was doing Babylon 5, so...
Yes.
Was able to get away.
As far as an adversary goes, Anna Romulan, I think he nailed it. He was kind of he was intimidating while still being kind of funny and quirky. Like you didn't get a real threat vibe from him necessarily, but you knew that he had the potential to be a threat.
Well, it's in that final moments of his episode where he does the plan, and then he's gonna get serious, and it's in his eyes, and he slows down his energy. It's like, oh, he does mean business. He can push it there when he really needs to. He doesn't want to most of the time.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's kind of he's a good foil for Picard because he's very much a diplomat as well. He's not so much a warrior or just a, typical Romulan, which is great, but it's also devious and kind of scary what he's capable of because you just don't quite know. And a great actor too. So, You have any other thoughts on Tomalak?
Yeah, no, he's great. He's definitely a slight meme.
Yes.
Because it's the fun energy vibe, but he does feel kind of alien. There's something about it that's a bit off, and if that's who Romulans are, cool. He does mix between the comedy and the not comedy, but he's just the view screen guy. He's the most recurring Romulan in TNG, right? He has a charm, a something, and had he given a full episode to play, had he had a sequel to the Defector, where the Defector guy, who's absolutely incredible in that, if Tomalak had taken the equivalent role 3 years later and given him, which is why Future Perfect's good, because we see more of him. It's like, good, we need to. But he's a 1.5 note character with constantly good writing and good performance. In that 1.5 notes. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, Dan Ben says that's not Tomalak. Yes, it is.
Yes. It's just a slightly blurry one. It's like an Uber guest star, but he's in so few minutes, let alone episodes. What do you think?
B.
Yeah. If you thought, if this is a memorable list, I think this is the everything combined list of TNG. I think he's so memorable, he's a B, right? If you think Romulan, he's got to be in the top 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's great. Just sad for Tasha.
That whole season. Well, it was the writers though that kind of mess with her character. So
yeah, but if they, if he's also, like, say, when you're a guest star, you are there for a reason because they're having to pay you to be there. Denise, she was there either way, so he's even good stuff.
Yeah. All right. Classic for real, $10. Famke Janssen's character in TNG episode The Perfect Mate. I don't quite remember the role, but she played the woman who's running for president now. Anyway, best character ever. Just chef's kiss. She was fantastic in that episode, and I really kind of fell in love with her during that episode. And then I saw her in other stuff, and I absolutely despise her. She's not a good actress, really, I don't think. I didn't like her in X-Men. I thought she was awful. But she's really great.
There's a lot of shade. This is funny.
Yeah, but the character's great. I mean, the character's so well played and such the perfect mate, literally. And she's very attractive in that one. Not so much later, but that's fine. Yeah, I think for that role, she killed it. And I think I know where I want to place her, but I want to hear what Sam has to say.
Yeah, I'm slightly biased that I know she's a horrible person to work with. And that it's like so few actors are known to be not fun to work with that when the knowledge of that raises above the parapet, it's like, oh, how hard are you to work with then, kind of thing. And I was so surprised that she came back in The Wolverine, because like, oh, you're back, cool. I mean, great scenes, great little bit. Anyway, no, she's good. I mean, she's good in this. She plays a role. It's a flat role, but the flatness has a sex appeal. But it's an ethereal sex appeal. It's not just like there are so many versions of sex appeal, right? And it's a very specific version that she's playing. It's kind of mimicking, and it's the intellectual sex as well.
Yeah,
because she's connecting to Picard, so it's intellectual, etc. But I just think if it's this actress playing a little bit sexy with a bit of a, I don't think too much of the character. It's tricky.
I kind of want to put her at D. Because I don't think she's F worthy. She's very memorable in that role. I even considered maybe a low C, but I think D's probably more in line. Plus, we don't have a D. I think it might set the tone.
And here I thought you were going to give her a B just for funsies. Okay, cool. I'm very happy with the D. Because, yeah, I think it is funny now when these actors become bigger. It's like, wow, this famous actress was in it. No, she wasn't. As in, she wasn't famous. She was actress who's become famous. It was fun to see origins of people in shows like this. And we're kind of getting past that now because you can't have been in TNG and not be like 60 now at that sort of age. So we've had that point. But yeah, she's memorable, but not that memorable. Good shout.
Not a bad account.
Great option. Great person.
Yes. Not a bad account. $5. Captain Montgomery Scott, former chief engineer of the original Enterprise, Excelsior Enterprise A. Okay, if we take just his appearance in TNG Relics, I mean, he's kind of a grumpy old man who drinks. I mean, doesn't understand the new technology. Yeah, but I mean, take it into Legacy. I mean, I think he really maintained the Scotty character, and even the disagreements with Geordi, I think, were well played. As far as grumpy old man, that's what he would do, and feeling out of time, feeling like he's kind of lost where he belongs, and his helpfulness, I think, very well done. But he's got a whole legacy behind him, which will kind of elevate him because he just locked onto that and played an out of time version of that. So,
although ironically, the character works even if he's not famous.
Yeah,
because the story is just old character from old bygone time. It's a really timeless story.
Yeah.
Actually, I've never thought that before, but and he plays it with such depth, being old, not too old, right? By the end he could, with the bias of TOS, he's young enough that he could learn the new things. He's that smart. Had it been like a proper grandpa, more wrinkles, he would have been like, nah, he's out to pasture. But he's that middle bit of like he could either just retire, or he could get which is why we both believe he got back into it, and I've written that in fan films, etc. Like he could get back on that wheel, but he sells that role super well. He has a lot of depth. You see him be happy, sad, crazy, genuine, drunk. Oh god! And he gets almost the entire episode, right? He gets a lot of time in that episode.
He gets his own goddamn shuttle at the end.
Yeah, never returned.
It's an S for me. Sorry. It's building on the legacy, so.
Or can I put you down to an A just to mitigate the legacy a little bit, just for self-respect of the channel, just so it's not quite, because he's so good.
Sure.
Because he beats Spock. I'm sorry in terms of performance.
For unification.
Yes, Spock has a few great lines. This is a better performance for me. So I was happy to say A anyway, either way. But
yeah.
Again, had he come back and been in TNG uniform, which would have been effing cool to see. Like owning, I'm back, Mr. What is your name? The Forge, I'm back. Yeah, he really owns that. Thank you. Yeah.
Chuck A.
Chuck A.
TNG fanatic. It's a member for 55 months. Says, hi, Stuart and Samuel. Great content as always. Thank you, Lieutenant.
Thank you.
Hope you're doing well. Good to see you here.
This was a fun suggestion I put forward because you guys are really nice variety. Because it's fun because it lets us just change how we talk, like just compare very radically different things. It's really fun this way.
Yeah. Dan Ben, £2. Carolyn McCormick as Minuet in 11001001. Minuet. She was in Spencer for Hire as well. She played Spencer's girlfriend, but
is that the Avery one?
Well, Hawk was in Spencer for Hire and then got his own spin-off show, A Man Called Hawk. So yes.
Thoughts?
She's just a computer-generated
hottie.
Broad. Yeah. I mean, she was speaking French to Picard and charming, and she was very like eloquent and elegant as well. There's a lot to the character, but she made an appearance in Future Imperfect.
It's a deep cut because they never make a real big deal of that.
No.
That's how you do good deep cuts.
I know where I want to place her, but I don't have much else to say about her. I think her delivery and her acting was good, but it was more of I knew who she was beforehand kind of deal. And yeah, the fact they bring her back for Future Imperfect is a nice touch, and that's the key to the whole thing.
It's like poetry and rhymes. No, she's one of the, that's one of the memorable episodes of season 1. It's just a good episode. Not great, but good. She's definitely memorable in it. The idea of a pretty, an almost sentient hologram before that was a thing, really. It's interesting where they took that, how they took it. But she's playing a game the whole time, knowingly. And if you watch it with that, you can see it in the performance, which I like. It's she's very, while being entirely going for the gold of Riker, you can see the layers of playing the game. But yeah, I mean, she's not given any depth really. Again, it could have been a whole episode later where Riker goes see her. You could have linked in, whatever. But I think I've got to go F in not a harsh way because she doesn't have enough material. Like, she does material great, but it's not elevated material to justify higher compared to the lady in D, who does more with more. That's my thoughts. Your thoughts?
I was thinking D because they're essentially the same character, kind of like a seductress almost. Well, I mean, in this case, she's trying to divert their attention from other things that are going on.
It's just the other lady has more screen time, therefore more chance to do, is my rationale for that. I let you pick because it's such a small character. That go with your gut or your head.
It'll be an F, but a high F, an almost D.
Okay.
She almost gets the D.
What?
From Riker. What?
All hot ladies go to D. Sorry, Denise.
Yeah. All right. Classic for real, $20. I've been missing the most memorable and greatest characters of all. The lieutenant woman played by the cut-up mannequin they stuck in the floor in TNG Season 2 in theory. Who can possibly forget that character?
Cut out mannequin? I think it was a person with a clever effect. Still looks pretty solid for an effect.
It's memorable, I guess, but I don't know anything about her, so F.
Sad security. It's still a good effect, though. Not even sure.
And he's being so generous with his super chats. He didn't once mention that he wanted her bumped up, so that's an F.
Yeah. Maybe he wants to be our MVF. Master of VFs. But yeah, you're kicking ass in a month we need it, so we love you and you clearly love us. So yes, as the game of who is where what continues.
And it's great to throw in a bunch of Fs. Just so we can get a good comparison.
Yeah. Yeah, whoever would have put Minuet, God, and Lady in, the first time they've been together on screen, right?
Barry F says, puts in $2 and says, don't forget Spot. Ah, yes, the cat that is sometimes male, sometimes female. I like the theory that Data just keeps killing the cat by mistake. He keeps getting a new cat. Yeah, it's a cat. I don't really give a shit. Sure, it's kind of important once or twice, maybe, but and he survives the Enterprise D crash.
It's true. He's an important cat.
Sure. Where do you want to rank him?
Easy D, because he has enough character.
You said D?
Yes, easy enough to raise it above. Now, if we were to talk to the lady who plays the lady in D, she'd be like, "Excuse me, your cat quality comparing?" Yes, we are. In one episode, the cat was in like 12. Yes, we are.
Not a bad account.
Yeah. But it's like Porthos, right? Porthos is a cast member of Enterprise.
Sure.
It is, right? Yeah.
Not a bad account, $2. Lutan of Ligon 2, innately attractive kidnapper.
Ah, yes, that one. Hold on, where is he? 1 second. There we go.
Lutan, I assume that's Code of Honor. Yeah, of course it is.
Yes.
He's just an awful human being. Or alien, whatever.
Exactly. It's not human, yeah.
He's awful. He's very unlikable. I don't know what else to say. I don't like the character, so. Do you have any depth you can add that might...
I mean, you're not meant to like him, so success.
That's true.
And I think it's a pretty good performance. Because it's not trying to be African warlord, it's trying to be sci-fi alien African warlord. And it gives it a certain something. Because in this culture, they're not primitives. They have spaceflight, they have warp drive, they have all this stuff. And he is not just doing those tropes, while still doing those tropes. I think it's a rather successful performance at the stupidity of what he's been told to do, right?
Sure.
But if you look at performance, I'd put him higher as a D-. But good TNG character, of course he's not, because he's that guy. But not for lack. I think it's something to be said for his performance.
Yep. Yeah. F it is. Yeah. F it. He goes in F. Classic for real, $5. Can I ask for the super chats to bump random characters up in ranks $10, $20 respectively now? Yes, you certainly can, but you didn't clarify which character there, so I don't know what to do with that $5 super chat. So moving on. Gestrel, 1980, $5. He had asked for Garrick, who was pointed out that's not a TNG character, so he retracted his message.
Yes.
Classic for real, $5. I gave lots of supers, so if I don't get my tier bumps, I better get lots of great future content then. Absolutely. We promise you lots of great future content.
Or just let us know who you want to be bumped. You just got to tell us.
And then pay us.
Well, Films is probably done, but yes.
I mean, he wasted $5 saying that when he could have said $5 to bump up the chick from the blonde annoying chick, you know? Schmobody, $5. Quark, you gotta love him. Well played by Armin, more complex than and give him credit for it. He's not in TNG.
Yes, he is.
Wow.
Yes, he.
Is he,
Oh,
though?
oh, yes. I'm very happy to include him because he's absolutely in one scene of TNG, as visible by this view screenshot.
That's fair.
So, Stuart, what do you think
fair.
of Quark's one scene and how iconic is he in this performance?
It was fantastic because I do remember this. But yeah, oh my god. All right,
I was so happy
it's
when I
great.
saw this.
He's great. So I don't know where you want to put him, but I have no thought on this matter.
Yeah, I mean, he's a. I know it's a joke within a joke, and again, thank you. It's a funny one. I mean, the only thing is he looks so good in makeup. It's like the most expensive bit part cameo. But
he was just on the other soundstage filming another thing.
I know, but he counts as a bit part cameo. It would be funny to know what he walked off from to film this. You know, what episode, what day. You know, because it's such. I mean, it could even be auto cue, right? It could be teleprompter. It's such a small bit, but it's a good bit. I mean, it's still a D or an F because it's a minor character, but he is very good in that scene. But he's also just playing the role of a Ferengi who's charming.
So should we go with his entire legacy as well?
Nope.
Put him with with Scotty?
Nope.
Because it was just a small part of the episode. Very small.
D or an F because he's fun in that role.
He's getting a D.
Because he's still his acting is so good. Yeah.
Gastro, $1985. Just to hear your rant, Keiko O'Brien.
And muting Mike.
Fucking awful human being, and I hate her, and she's just awful, especially in TNG. She might have some redeeming characteristics in DS9, but barely any. Miles could do better. Done.
That was a very short rant. Yeah. Nice enough lady. If you don't listen to what she says, and I don't remember dialogue, so that's why I don't remember why she's mean. Brian clearly loves her, although she's a bit controlling from what I can recall. Nice as a teacher. I mean, a hell of a role to take, being away from your family for probably years and years, and just teach kids in the same room with no windows every day, the same kids. No ability to control your own destiny. You can't just leave necessarily. Nice that you fell in love with some guy on the ship who works in a room, stand next to a panel 8 hours a day, every day, doesn't move and could kill everybody, but doesn't all times. See that picture? Stuart, you know, I feel like your opinion is so strong that I will leave final decision if this woman should be A or a B.
She got a C.
What? I'm gonna give her an F. What?
No. I even considered D for a minute, and then I'm like, she, made an impact on O'Brien. It was important. She traumatized Worf with her pregnancy.
That was funny, yeah.
She played a role, so there you go. C it is.
Stuart,
She's just as great as Tasha.
He's maturing as a man and an adult and a human. Well done.
Yep. And Mr. Cat 93 says she better not get more than Quark. Well, she got a lot more screen time in TNG than Quark ever did in TNG. So
yes, just a bit. Yeah.
Read the chart, man. Read the room. All right.
Beautiful. All right. Great. I mean, I'm looking at the chart. Great selection of people we're looking at next. Excellent.
Matt Yarrington, $5. Gowron, son of Maril. Yes.
And he is great in TNG. He's so great that he gets DS9. Right? And he's in, what, 3 episodes? Isn't it a couple?
He's in a few, yeah.
He's quite a guy that stares, then politics, and then leader. Yeah.
Honestly, for me, he's an S-tier character. Not just because of what goes on in DS9 afterwards, but he's so memorable in TNG. And he's vying for this position, and he comes across as like, yeah, can we trust him? But I mean, look at the other choice, right? So Sure. He definitely made his mark, and he's very.
Yep.
Robert O'Reilly did fantastic with it.
Mm-hmm.
For me, he's an S tier. Even in TNG.
I mean, there's not that many Klingons in TNG, and they all come back that aren't, killed. Yeah, he is very good. I mean, if Moriarty is given, because he's so excellent, this guy does kind of define a version of Klingon. It's so unique, but so you know what? Yeah, I think S is deserved because it's such a actual performance. That's not, and I've already met Robert. He ain't that guy. He's a very quiet, small, and demeanor. He's a very gentle, simple, not big performance kind of guy. So this is him acting. So yeah, he's the sort of guy that he puts on a costume and he just isn't himself anymore.
Yep.
Yeah. You know what? Well done, Rob.
All right, Matt Yarrington again with $5. Dathon. Where the hell is Dathon? Is that this dude? Yeah, I think so.
No, I think it's Darmok guy.
Oh, yes, you're right. Which is
The yes.
the captain from Wrath of Khan. Yeah. Captain Terrell. Anywho,
With
yes.
a slight skin condition, yes.
Yes. Dathon, great character. Introduces to a new culture, a new way of speaking, and speaking in metaphor. Well acted, well performed. He seemed intimidating at first, but was very, trying to help Picard understand, and battled to the death essentially to have this peace between his people and the Federation. I think it's definitely a high tier character and a good performance overall. Plus, his hands were weird because his fingers, the small fingers, were longer. It's weird, but that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, a classic performance. Obviously, a lot of that is speech based, but then he has to give a lot away in the nuance of the underneath. It's like you talk to a French guy if you don't know French. It's gibberish, but you can tell if he's pissed at you, he's going to look angry, he's going to be whatever. It is not, that's the layers he brought. God, he's tricky because what do we know about him? Basically nothing, but it's also kind of the point. I mean, he's great, but I don't watch the episode for him necessarily. It's for the vibe and the story.
Mm-hmm.
I think lots of people could have played that role very similar and very well. I don't think he necessarily is what makes that role good, because it's such a, I
think I want to put him at a B.
Yeah, I was going to low B. He stands out so well, but he's very yeah.
Wish he wouldn't have died. I wish he would have come back later. That would have been great. But Tamarians are here to save the day for something. I don't know. Anyway. Out of band account, $2. Captain Jellicoe of the Enterprise D. Oh, God. Captain Jellicoe, he had a job to do. He did his job. Riker was a whiny little bitch. Could he have kind of eased or handled the situation a little differently? Yes, 100% he could have. Did he need to? No, considering the time crunch they were under and everything that was happening.
His middle name is not Tact.
Yeah. I'm sure if you got to know him, he was your captain or you were his commander, he would do anything for you, but still push back. He's kind of got that vibe to him, but I mean, all captains do. Picard pushes back against Riker and them occasionally. So,
well, he reads to me like the chap on the Nebula class that Brian is super loyal to.
Yeah,
his crew will go that sort of level, but he's in his own space. He is not his own space. Kind of similar level of loyalty. But Ronnie Cox, what a legacy he's leaving behind. All these various, very different, very similar performances. Yeah.
So Jellicoe, I think, is probably A tier material.
I mean, he's very. I mean, this is a great comparison to the guy Sol, where his name is Rundek from the Most Toys. There's a lot of similarity there. He comes in, he owns the stage. With the other guy has the depth of evil. This guy's the depth of good by the end, and that's a nice payoff. And once you go back and watch it a second time, you see it a different way.
Yeah.
Oh, that's important. But a lot of people can arguably say he's not a very good Starfleet captain because he's a dick. But I mean, Picard's also a dick in season 1. It's situational. The day of the week. It's all.
He's a dick in that situation because he's taken over the flagship of the Federation.
Yes.
He's got to get everybody in line because there's the time crunch with this mission and all that. There's a whole bunch to do.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that day, that's crew, that week. But he is still a dick. But the way we're seeing him, he desperately should have been in DS9.
Yes.
I mean,
at least he shows up in Prodigy, right? So.
Well, absolutely. But imagine being a DS9 wartime captain, but actually he'd be like less harsh in war for some reason. I don't know why, because it's his crew. And he was maybe on Defined or something, another Defined. He would have absolutely owned that as a guest star. I would give him an A. I think we just had this discussion, because I think he's about the same as the other guy. Different reasons, different layers, but yeah, really good.
And Barry F says, "I don't want to talk about it, just get it done." Yeah, that's one of his favorite lines.
I mean, you're not.
I thought you were talking about us for a second, where it's like we shouldn't be having this discussion. We should just get a character name and just throw them on the list. All right, let's see. We got Schmo Buddy, $5. Captain Jellicoe. He's so hated because he was played so effectively. There are other ways than Picard's ways. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he should have been in it more. That would have been an easy well to draw from, but they weren't always.
You know, I could very easily see Picard being in the same situation, going aboard another ship and being disliked for being under pressure and wanting to get stuff done. So,
one of the only differences is that Picard is famous for being who he is. This guy, I don't recall them walking on and being like, "Wow, this guy's the best captain." I do remember there's like he's a hard ass. They know that going in. So there's already a resentment factor that Enterprise has. Whereas if Picard was on another ship, there'd be an instant respect and admiration. So it wouldn't be the same, unless he's in one Picard who hasn't earned that yet. But that's apples and oranges, right?
Mm-hmm. All right. We got a lot to go through, so let's start
brilliant.
going through. Jamie Somerville, £3. Kevin Uxbridge in TNG The Survivors, Live Long and Prosper. There he is. That's the guy. Hold on. I gotta move this over. And this is fucking... There's always a lag when I switch over to this goddamn Google Slides. Anyway, there we go. There he is.
Great performance.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. He killed not just the men, but the women and the children. All of them everywhere.
And the unborn children, too. He went one further.
Yeah. So we'll never learn about that culture.
What culture?
It's kind of like, Year of Hell.
Yeah.
Just gone.
God.
It's fine. No, very well delivered. Protecting his wife, who's dead. I mean, just not letting her know that she's dead. Poor guy. The only survivor of the attack. He could have done a lot different things with the Enterprise crew and probably messed them up too. He didn't.
Yeah.
He just wanted to be left alone. And poor guy.
Although he gets a 0.15 demerit for that annoying ballerina music thing that once you watch the episode, it's in your bloody head for a bit.
It's supposed to be, because you know what the Yen is going through.
Yes, and it annoys me it's in the soundtrack of that season. So you get to it randomly and you re-listen. It's like, for fuck's sake, get off my headphones. That's a little thing that anyway. It's such a weird one because it's in any character from any sci-fi, right? Basically, you could replicate it in any sci-fi. Maybe not Battlestar, but he is this grizzled, hard-edged, but there's such pain and depth behind the eyes that this actor sells it in a way that he just sells, right?
The funny thing is, it was a very TOS performance. TOS was overly theatrical and dramatic. This character could have been in TOS, no problem.
Well, and it almost looks like an older Apollo as well. Ironically, could have been Apollo. Actually, that'd have been a hell of a reference. Jesus. Oh god, But it is a good episode. It's different. It's interesting. We both like the space effects. The battle's actually pretty good. The black one, they go... That's a good thing. He nukes his own... Oh, there's also something about the uniforms. The way they beam on. I think that's in the transitional time of the uniforms, if I recall. And like Geordie has a weird... There's something weird with the uniforms in the episode that I can't recall. But that's... Oh... But he's such a one-off. What do you got reacting here? Because it's such a one-off.
I don't want to put him in C.
Okay.
Because the character's so well done. He's got to be a B. I think he's in line with most of the Bs we have for TNG. So.
I was in high C, so I will. I mean, you got more lines than Tomahawk. And a good as a one-off, yeah. Okay. I mean, a low B, probably. Because
yeah, I think that's fair.
But yeah, he's a powerful performance. Makes you think as well.
Wicked powerful.
Oh, Jamie, the actor recently lost his wife and playing the role, so drew from that.
Yeah. All right. Matt Yarrington, $5. Captain Morgan Benson.
Batesman. A one scene character.
Yeah, we learn more about him in beta canon.
Yep.
But
he's damn good in Monster Maroon. He should have come back.
He does return to the lower decks as well, so. I mean, that's punching above your pay grade, getting him aboard TNG, honestly, at the time.
At the time, yeah.
Because, yeah, that was definitely, I think it was probably after Cheers. I don't know if Frasier had started yet.
I think it was, no, I think Frasier was during Frasier.
Could be, yeah.
I think it was during, I think that's why it was as big. It's like getting any friends from Friends on-ish.
Yeah, I think he's in it so little, but it's such a big impact, literally multiple times to the Enterprise D. It's just nice to see the Monster Maroon again. So it's kind of like,
that's the thing. If he was in any other uniform, it would not pay the same way. It's a good-looking set, good-looking LCARs, good-looking uniform. He owns it well. He has 6 lines, and some of them are just, "I'm Captain Maroon." Yeah,
of course I know what year it is. It's 22 or whatever. Yeah.
If only they'd had the goddamn scene in the briefing room, as in the book, it would change the game, right?
Mm-hmm. This is going to be a C.
No, it's going to be a D. He's not in it enough.
Okay.
He's not. There's so many other captains.
I thought that was a little bit low, but no. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
I mean, he could honestly be an F for how few seconds he has, but he's memorable because there's so few Monster Maroons in TNG, and I guess it kind of canonicizes Ambassador C style bridge is the Miranda sometimes, as obviously is sometimes.
Yeah. All right. Well, Gastro 1980, $5. Lieutenant Broccoli, better known as Reginald Barclay. Lieutenant Reginald Barclay. Yeah. Annoying at first, and every time he shows up, he's kind of just he's a representation of a lot of the viewers of TNG dealing with issues. Yeah. And I think I know him from A-Team, of course, and A-Team before this, and it's kind of the same character a little bit. He was in a mental institution in the A-Team. They had to break him out. He was known for being crazy, Mad Murdoch. But I think he translates that well into Barclay. Like, it's almost like, is this all he can do? Or is this all the actor can do, is this kind of role? But it really works. And I don't know if somebody that neurotic would necessarily make it that far in Starfleet, especially on the flagship. But I don't know. Genius kind of outweighs it, I guess. In the nth degree, I think is his best showing, because I love seeing confident Barclay, and you don't really ever get that again. Even in Voyager, he's still got the neurotic problems.
He's refined, though.
Yeah. No, I think he did very well in TNG, and I think I know where I want to place him, but I don't know if Sam has anything he wants to add that I might
Or start
influence him.
talking, in fact. No, I mean, Barclay is excellent. I mean, he was a very big get at the time. A-Team was very, very popular. He's also a big character actor, so, you know, he's not just the guy from A-Team, but that was a very popular show. And he comes in and he is ostensibly the drive of those episodes, even as a guest star, right? So he's always a kind of a centre, even if he's off-centre. And the fact that he gets to be on Voyager in 3 episodes, so they like him enough, and he has the canon and general sense. He is, like I said, that rarely seen but easy to understand. Some people who are so good at one thing in Starfleet aren't good at everything, and so in certain ships and zones he'd be in a comfort zone. But in this, he'll grow from it as he does, but he's harder to deal with, and that creates the great conversations of, well, we've got to help him, which contrasts Discovery, the short trek, which shows how awful current writing is in comparison, because that is while sad, a good way of dealing with the story. No, he's great, and I think he's not like the A-Team guys so much, because it's just, how do you take all that energy and make it low-key and internalize? Because Murdoch is crazy. This guy is a surface of chaos. My gut, Stuart, is a strong S for this guy. I think he absolutely owns TNG as a guest star.
Yep. No, I agree. I was thinking that's myself.
Because he's given a lot to do, but he does. It's so unique, and the actor's not like that either. So, you know, he's more of a normal guy.
Oh, like I said, seeing confident Barclay in the Nth Degree was great.
Yeah.
I wish we got more of that character.
Mm-hmm. And it's wonderful that he's able to come in as such a well-established actor and play the tertiary fiddle and slip in as a helper to the main cast.
Yeah.
And not take over, but his story is so interesting that it, you know, it works so well, right? Yeah, I'm a big fan of him in TNG, and I love him in Voyager. I'm not adding that, but he's great in Voyager too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, Susiguro 2000, €5 Q in his mariachi outfit.
I mean, let's start off by saying S, because we can't bullshit the audience. S.
Yeah.
That's kind of unfair though. Sorry, continue, Stuart.
In the mariachi outfit, especially, he's very energetic, very lively, very, you know,
Barry, yeah,
very jovial. That's the word I'm looking for. Yeah, Q just kills it in pretty much anything he's in. So, yeah. And
it would be interesting. Now, this would not be a long-lasting live, but ranking Q's performances, because he has the most probably of all the guest stars. No, he's wonderful. He varies a lot. You know, I really like his downtrodden performance when he's lost his powers. Really good. That really, like, that's the old, what could you do with him before he becomes a addition to a story? As in, you've got the Archaeologist lady, let's add Q. You got the Q light girl, let's add Q. Right? He's a fun secondary, but not the and he becomes, you know, that's actually works well with him. But that was a fun how to deepen him by being the primary of things.
He's an S+. There you go.
Oh, he's an S with a snap.
Mark Lawrence, $5. Sonia Gomez. We got her back in Lower Decks and comforts her crewmen that Trip's letting them know she's done way more embarrassing things. Yes. Like spilling hot coffee on Captain Picard.
Oh, didn't go through that.
Yeah, we didn't get us Sonia Gomez. Yeah, I wish she would have been in TNG more, honestly. She was only in that episode. I think she was supposed to be a series regular.
Was she not in 2? I think she was in one as a... Or is that the other lady? I think she might have been one as a really hyper, like, blink and you'll miss her kind of role.
Maybe. I think she was supposed to be in it more. That's what I'm saying. I think she's kind of like a Barclay character. And I think a love interest as well to Geordi. But it never went anywhere. I think she's really great and quirky in that performance. And I'm glad she got a captaincy eventually.
Not the way you think should miss her go, and from engineer, but it's like, yeah, you go, girl.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, she was in 2. Q-Who and Samaritan Snare.
Okay. There you go. Yeah. I think I know where to place her. I don't have much to say about her, honestly. So
part of the problem is she's kind of my type. in the kind of quirky, like it's a good shot of her, but like that sort of nerdy engineer character is kind of like, I'll ask her out, you know, spilling hot drinks on people, it happens, right? But she's definitely a character that you sense they're trying to do something abandoned, but there's a, you know, kind of like Leffler, but they weren't going to do more, but had they, it was all there.
Leffler is great.
Leffler's great. Yeah, Leffler's excellent. But she does stand out, and she definitely should have been in more. And obviously, Mike liked her enough. Oh, I'm either C or a D. I want to put her a C because I think she's really good for what she is, but she's in so little that might be hard to justify. But she's so characterful and unique that she does stand out as one of the few other. What do you think? That's my two brain thought there.
She wasn't in it enough, sadly. If she had been more of a recurring character, it definitely could have gone higher. I want to give her, respectfully, a C.
Yeah, I said that was my have the two. Because there isn't that many engineering ensigns or anything. Like she's a category of herself almost, right?
Yeah.
I mean, how many people spill drinks on the captain and get away with it? Well, she didn't come back. I guess she didn't get away with it. She was.
He had her airlocked.
She was in prison for 12 years. Goodness.
And then, as an apology, he made her a captain. She came out. No experience.
His last thing as a captain was, I promote you to captain. What? Yes.
So next up, we've got Schmo Buddy with $5. Admiral Nechayev, terse, professional, no bad guy, brass, B plot, just wants the best for the Federation. She comes across as a little bit of a bitch, let's be honest. Which again, met the actress, fantastic human being, beautiful person, and
big bias on knowing her bloodsucker.
Yeah, the character's great though. Returned a few times. You know, she can be quite complimentary and nice, but she's got that admiral vibe of "don't fuck with me. This is my order," and it pushes the line towards the bitch side. I mean, you can be a strong woman and not be like that. She kind of has that little bit of an edge for that.
I think she knows she's talking to someone as strong-willed as Picard.
That's the thing. Yes, you kind of have to have that edge in that situation.
Yeah, it's the
although there's a fine line there between bitch and just strong, right? Like,
but also they're alone. But the thing is, they're also alone. So she knows he won't take it that way because he knows her personally. Because you could tell they got history. I mean, general history, but a history, right? It's not just like, I don't think if she was in a group setting, she'd be this way. It's just like, I'm one with you right now, right?
Yeah.
I'm serious. When I say no, I mean kill the Borg. I mean it. Yeah. Kill the Borg. Yeah. What's funny about Nechayev is that I associate her being an old admiral, but she's not. I just watched the market episode. She's not that old. She's actually probably almost Picard age, like a bit older. Like, not that much older, but as you know, what I remember as being an old admiral, but she's probably isn't that far off. I'm between B and a C. I'm angling B, but I'll take a C. Your thoughts?
I was going to give her an A.
Oh, okay.
Because honestly, she makes a return appearance. She's not a bad admiral. No. I gotta give her props for that. No. Yeah, I'm willing to say A.
The only thing I agree in terms of DS9 gives a nice bit of she was loved, but she tends to give admiral energy, but does she give character energy? Whereas Ronnie Cox gives character energy as well. There's more depth to him.
I don't think she had the opportunity to, again, with the writing. So if you want to bump her down to a B, I'm happy with that.
Very high B. I think there's certain something at A. I think everyone in A has a certain extra spark that she wasn't given, but the actress had and the character had, but she wasn't able to do in TNG. DS9, separate, right? But I see the logic. I just think I want to give that. I mean, A feels very nice with why they're there. I think high B it feels really good for her.
Yeah, fair. Classic for real, $40. Wow. Hell with it. Bump up every character I super chatted in order. I guess we'll see how far the 40 goes. Mary Wallows, Thanks. Oh, Christmas, New Eve, Trekyards. This isn't over. So let's say 5. Did he super chat?
He was the ghost. Yep.
5. So that's 20. He also put her in there. That's 25. Did he do Lutan?
I think he did. He's a funny lad like that.
That's 30. Willing to bump her up, I guess, to there because she's memorable. That's 35.
And the African commander as well, for sure. Get him up there as well.
There you go.
Maybe put next to Tasha as well. Make it awkward.
That's fucking awful.
You know what? Yeah, make it a woman sandwich because he's run away so many women that he's probably absolutely fine with that.
Oh my god, dude, that's awful. I hate you so much right now.
Well, you've seen the episode, right?
There you go. There's your $40 classic for real.
Doing the Lord's work.
Sean
Great
O'Sullivan.
Lord's work.
€2. CRMN Tarsus should have had more screen time. Commander Tarsus?
Have we done the pictures?
That's
yes.
him, right?
Yes.
Wasn't a commander. I don't know what CRMN is supposed to mean. Anyway.
Spelled commander. Sort of wimpy science guy, really.
You'll see, because that was a pretty good performance in that episode.
Yeah, but he
should have had more screen time. I agree.
Yeah, but he's no lady in Bulkhead.
That shouldn't even be there. So
yeah, I mean, yeah, I think by all these metrics, he's a C. The performance is so good. You rarely see science blue men because you rarely see blue. Yeah, I think by all these many metrics, but I think he's a far cry from B. But I think everyone in C is probably kind of a far cry from B. I think there's actually quite a big of a line between those. Maybe Tasha, maybe, but I think B is a whole lot. Yeah, it's interesting. The lines have definitely been drawn. Yeah. B and C.
Perfect. Jonathan Earl, $2. Lieutenant Reginald Edincott Barclay III. Already on the board at an S.
Yes, very well deserved. So we can't bump him up because he's as high as the board will go.
ISFJ 1009, $5. Temerian Captain it's Dath.
Oh, stop. Classic did not do Lutan. Stop. So Lutan must be lowered.
Okay, then who else are we going to bump up?
Lutan's officer, because he definitely did Lutan's officer.
Sure.
So the spirit of the joke still remains. If now,
but I'll put him away from Tasha because that was awful. So yes, ISFJ, we already have him on the board. He is in B. Schmo Buddy, $5. Thomas Riker, tough role to play the same yet different people.
Yeah.
Thought it was well done, and it's an interesting episode. It's a great episode.
It's a really great episode.
And I love his appearance in DS9 as well. That's either here or there. Yeah, this is a tough one. I even enjoy watching this episode because it's like I imagine myself how would I deal with that? The jealousy issues, him, being able to continue his career while I was stuck on this goddamn planet. I think it's played very well, and I think Thomas Riker will have a high ranking here, at least in his tier listing, not his actual rank. I don't know how Starfleet allowed the exact same person to continue their Starfleet career, though. That opens up a lot of weird issues, as we saw in DS9.
And Lower Decks.
Because it's the same DNA, it's the same everything.
Well, it's also it's slightly younger DNA. There is a marker to that. If it happens enough, you could probably work that out.
Possibly, sure.
I mean, he's what, like 9% different, all the cells, and he would be more different actually because he's had none of the diseases Will had, and food.
He didn't get the Shades of Grey disease. So
yeah, so he would actually be different. All the things that affected him have not affected him, and he's been having a crappy life on planet. So he would be genetically effectively different, as in affectedly different, but not different. Sorry, I just want to jump in there.
Mark Lawrence says Thomas Riker was owed a promotion. Yes. For time served in lieu of, or whatever.
Yeah.
Yes. I want to give him an A.
I haven't said my bit yet, but okay.
Go for it.
No, he's great. This is it's so good when an actor can you can watch this episode and not think, oh, it's Will Riker. You don't. He's just not. The eyes are different, and the beard length is different, but the eye is different, and it's so good. And I love seeing him in orange. It's so fun when you see early versions. I mean, because he's not de-aged. He's not trying to. This is just where his career path was. And then it shows that lots of people go into command because he was in not command, and I always forget that. And it's like, cool, he was in another one. And the time, really interesting story. It feels like it's sort of a done before kind of story in a sense, but Frakes really delivers it well. The fact that he rekindles with Troy in basically seconds, but it makes sense the way they express it, and the fact that Troy goes after him accepts it so quickly, and they do kiss, reinforces Nemesis that. There is still obviously always going to be something there. It's just A, B, and C stops it until it doesn't. His theme design is phenomenal. Although he's better in this because this is really harsh a performance. Right, now what's his horse shirt?
A. Still.
No, I was... oh, God. I will agree.
Riker's just better than him.
They're both Riker.
They're not, though.
Yeah, I think he sneaks into A because it's such a nuanced, layered, and different performance. And the fact they did bring him back. And they could have done it again. Would have been very interesting to bring a third. Can you imagine if he was at the wedding in Nemesis?
That would have been great.
Yeah! It'd be crazy! Just a different colour, a different rank. Madness.
All right, JW, 2 pounds. Allegiance, Essek, the Kalnoth, intimidating race.
Oh, that's the monster guy. He's not monster.
He's a C. I don't have much else to say.
Great performance, great makeup, great vibe. The fact that you understand he would eat you if he had to, but also he'd be your friend if he had to. You get it all.
He's just a nice guy that needs to eat.
Yeah. No, he's absolutely a C. Yeah, well, straightforward, well-deserved C. He's a really, and again, great makeup. And it's not a Norscan, but it's kind of close. But not. But close.
It is kind of close, but not.
And just a great episode. The whole thing is such a good ensemble piece. It's really strong. For an early episode, it's one of their stronger ones.
Perfect. All right. Schmobody, $5. Thomas, right? Never mind. Read that one. Classic for real, $5. The random security woman inexplicably stranded or standing behind Quark in TNG. Mary Hollow Xmas Jack Skeleton style. Yes.
All right. So, what do you think of the background lady from the scene, who is in TNG? This is true.
I don't know. What do you want to say? What do you want to put her?
Who the hell is she? Like, did they just grab some random lady from DS9 and say, "Hey, extra from this episode, can you just come and be in the background"? You know what I mean? Like, why is she in this scene? And Core doesn't need a guard. Sometimes.
I don't know where you want to put her.
F Stuart, because she had no speaking lines. But she's clearly wearing lipstick. But first people don't wear lipstick.
Of course they do. It's the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard.
Well, that's one of the top complaints of temporal anomaly, was a women wear lipstick.
JW, 2 pounds. The drumhead Nora Sati Picard has met. Oh, this fucking bitch.
You know what's funny? No one's talked about this lady behind Quark in like 30 years. So yay, we gave her some credit. Yes, Sati.
Go ahead. Go first.
Oh, great performance. It's thoroughly unlikable without any redeeming qualities like Jellicoe or she's like what Nechev could have been. I get she was amazing in the day, but she's old. She's probably ill in some way. She's corrupt by her own legacy, and the contrast of her being fangirl of Picard is great, and all being ruined is also great. Great performance. Love to hate her, hate to love her. Pretty good.
Where do you think she should go? I have nothing else to say about her. I don't like the character. I hated that episode. I didn't hate the episode, but I hated her in the episode.
I mean, C for performance, because it's a really interesting window into that world to see someone this flawed, who is that famous and that successful. It's another window, right? Because Picard looked up to her, right?
Yeah. Classic for real, $5. James Chambers in the iconic role of the character Lore Reloaded in that episode of TNG where he goes off about Keiko O'Brien Stewart style.
I didn't get this, so I didn't do anything for it. So
Isn't James Chambers Lore Reloaded?
Probably. No idea. Stuart, raise one of his other ones up 5, because I'm not sure what that all means.
Minuet goes up then.
Yes. Bump.
Oh my god. Let's see. Fuck, I hate when the screen jumps like that. Alright, I think we should call it no more because we have a fuck ton here.
I mean, we'll probably do this again. There's more people. So if you'd like to keep including, we can add them to the side, but we'll not get to the new ones today.
Yeah.
But this is absolutely...
We'll get as many done as we can, so we'll kind of rapid fire these. We'll see.
But if you want to, we'll do another part 2, because this has been really interesting, and I've got loads left that haven't been talked about, so...
Tab Extra, 20 Krona. Bowley and Barber, Mott, A tier.
He's pretty great. And shaving the head of... having a haircut Picard is funny.
I'm only giving him a B for his friendship, his friendliness.
Is he meant to be the same guy in Voyager? No.
I don't think so, no.
I'd give him a C just because it's a gimmick, but I mean a C is still a good rank for this guy. I love the Bowley aesthetic. It's not just blue guy with a line on his head. No, I really like Bowleyans. I wish they were used more because I think they're fun. Yeah.
There you go. Tabit. Oh my god, guys. What part of No More do you not understand?
Well, a great month to help out with, so we're...
Well, yes, but it's a good problem to have, but
yes,
we only have a limited number of time. And...
But I'm adding them to the list, so they'll all be talked about at some point.
Tab Extra, 50 Krona. Ro Lauren, fantastic secondary character, S tier, tragic backstory. Oh, God. All right. Yeah, she's probably at least an A for me. I don't see her picture here at all, so I don't know.
She was one of the...
Oh.
Yeah. I like that.
Everybody really likes her. I don't, so I don't know what to tell you. Yes, she's a well-written character, well-acted.
I think everyone really likes her.
Oh, I think everybody likes her character. I'm out of the loop on that one. I just can't stand her.
Yeah.
I think it would have been better if she did become Kira, like she would have accepted the role on Deep Space Nine, the actress, and actually redeemed her character a bit in my eyes. But I don't like her. So, but yes, I agree. She's probably an S tier character.
Well, she's a certain type of character, right? I relate more to Barclay than Ro. The acting's great. Is it not the same sort of stuff again and again and again from Ro? Isn't that kind of a story to be the rebellious
bitch,
anti-authoritarian? And just watch the episode where she chooses not, and it's very sad, and she's good in it. I don't know. I think she's given so much compared to most actors in TNG, right? So that's a huge up. I want to give her an A because I don't think she's S-worthy for various small reasons.
Wow. Okay. I disagree personally, but whatever. It's fine. I'll give her an A. I'm just not gonna. I don't care enough to argue to give her an S, but I think she deserved an S personally. So I'm on record saying that because she was well written. I think they wanted to make her a regular character in TNG, and then of course they wanted to use her in Deep Space Nine as.
Yeah, she didn't want Asylum to be a full timer, did she?
Yeah. So.
Oh, okay.
For turning down. Yeah, she gets one demerit point to A. And he put it in the super chat again, but it was a mistake on YouTube's part. So then Sussy Guru 2005 euros. Jellicoe should go to S, just for being finally putting Troy in uniform. Sure. Not gonna argue there for sure, and I can't because you super chatted it in.
Zachary, great actress.
Tab extra 50 krona. Alisa Ogawa, rest in peace, made a great impression for so little screen time. C+.
Yeah,
Nurse
Ogawa.
Oh, Nurse Ogawa. Yeah.
Yeah, she's just so nice.
Yeah.
Talk about bedside manner in expressions.
Beautiful smile. Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to met her. Never did.
I would say probably B tier.
Which is so funny. She didn't do anything, but she's sort of always there in a nice way. She's like Sylar or the guy who opens a wormhole in Stargate. Yeah, I think go for B because she's just always sort of gently there. And you feel safer when she's with Beverly as a team. And she's in the movies. Sort of. As much as she's an extra that gets some stuff. I mean, being a bit generous would be really, given Miles O'Brien, but, you know, she's just so nice and likable. Pure respect points.
JW, 5 pounds, half a life, Dr. Timison, quite a tender and moving performance, which the character is a decent and honorable man, and ending is always very sad. Yes.
Hold on. Yeah, she talked about right at the start. Yeah. Once you watch it, it doesn't leave you, you know?
Yeah.
Both for Oksana's side and for his side. Great character actor, very low-key, lots of depth. Sad, but I get it. But the episode's not talked about really, and I don't know why. Maybe it's too dark and too sad.
Maybe. I think.
But it's not as good as... Well, he's very similar to the guy in B, the old guy. But in the powerful performance, but in a very different way. So how do they compare?
I think the guy in B, I forget his name now, but anyway, is remembered for wiping out an entire race. So he's more recalled by fans for that. Maybe looking past his performance somewhat, whereas this character is not necessarily remembered because he was just so nice and middle of the road and accommodating that he didn't do anything that stood out necessarily. I really like the character. I really like this episode. Made an impact on
Oksana, but he's almost her husband. That's a thing to say, but she had several of those, so it's not.
We could put him in B. I mean, it was a good performance and a good character, well written.
I think the amount it stays with you, I think the amount that stays with you, it should be a B. The fact that his presence and his loss can feel something is a testament to his acting. Yeah. And the first appearance of Ro as Ro with weird hair.
Yes. But not Ro. His daughter, yeah.
Yes.
Jonathan Earl, $2 lore. Have a lore picture right there. Lore, great character. Kind of done dirty in his last official spinner. Definitely felt again different from Data, like sinister to the nines.
Well, like
something
Brent.
about that. Yeah. Something about that smile. Yeah, fantastic character. I know where I want to put him, but I might get kicked for it.
Well, the problem is he's different every time he appears. His first appearance, he's so excellent. The second time he appears, he's so interesting, which is when he's the brothers. But in this one, Descent, he's not good. He's not bad, but he's not good. So that's a third of his screen time, right? Of stories. But I do think you gotta go S.
I want to give him an A personally.
Oh, okay. Talk A. Why not S? Is it because of Descent?
Somewhat, yes.
Because he is dumb in
Yeah,
that.
you know what? For screen time, I agree. S is the way to go. He's Data's foil. Like he's, I'm fine with an S. My original thought was A. I wanted to see what you said.
But Descent is fair. No,
That's a writing choice. That's not an actor or character choice necessarily.
But he was dumb in that. Like, no, I think go A, Stu. I think go A. I think because that is half of his time is not good. Yeah, I think that's fair.
Thought I was going to get lambasted by the chat for putting him an A instead of S, but it's fine. Tab extra 50 krona. One of my favorite TNG episodes, Chancellor Arvin Durkin. The TNG episode First Contact.
He's real good. As is the lady. As is the scientist guy. Strong episode.
Where is he? I don't see his picture.
Wait for the lag.
Yes, lag is the thing.
Yeah, he's very good in this. It doesn't even say to Picard at one point, is like, we can't tell everybody because there'd be riots. He's very calm about it, if I recall. This is the reality of my life, dude from the stars. I'm like, I can't.
Politics.
Yeah, he's like a politician we wish we had. Oh, I don't know. What do you think? He's great in this, but they're all kind of great in this. Does he stand above the great?
He's in C for me.
Yeah. Yeah. He's a very effective milquetoast in this sort of ranking, right? But he's very good. And that one speech.
Really
yeah.
Sasigura 2000, €5. Gull, Madrid. There are between 3 and 5 flights. Here he is here. David Warner.
Auto Q, the Cardassian. Or Q Card, the Cardassian.
Oh, yeah. I wish he would have made a reappearance in DS9, honestly. He doesn't die, does he?
No.
Chain of Command? I don't think so. Yeah, he should have returned. But he was also, Chancellor Corkin, so... I don't know. Yeah, fantastic performance. Definitely, I think, memorable. And just his delivery, so Cardassian. So, yeah, I think probably an S, honestly.
I mean, this is the definitive bastard Cardassian. But not because of the character, because of what he's forced to do. He's the purest cultural fuck you. Ducat is always doing other things. This guy is so pure. You're in his dungeon. He will get you. He's kind of the Taken, right? He will come for you. He will torture you. You will tell him. Just let you know in advance. You will. Yeah, I mean, he's a
mute.
He's an S. I mean, he is. But he's also it's a Shakespearean episode with a Shakespearean script, and he elevates it because there's lots of other Cardassians that I've seen in TNG where they're great. He's better.
Interesting way to put it, yeah.
Yeah.
Classic for real, $5. Don't forget Gomez was cute as hell. Let's bump her up.
She was a cutie. All the cute points are with her, yes. Yeah, tremendous list, guys. Super interesting.
Schmobuddy, $5. Duras Sisters, different take for Klingon, surprisingly long-lived, pretty consequential lore-wise. Yeah, well, they destroyed the Enterprise D, so.
And this is a fair 2-in-1. They're always, here.
Yeah.
Hey, how's Lursa doing? Who? Lursa and Beta? Oh, yeah. They're so weird, though, because they have such a range of performance quality based on script and usage.
Yeah.
Great performances, dumb characters. But they're dumb people. Right?
Yes.
Who use the power of their brothers, Cardassian Romulan connection to make power. They are not that smart. They are not that capable. They got a shitty bird of prey after how many coups, after how many wars. They have a shitty, not even a D7 or a Katinga. Got a shitty bird of prey. I mean, the joke could be their D based on their pictures.
Double D's. Boob windows.
But I would give them a strong B.
Yeah.
I think they have enough, just super different character. And I met the one that's still alive, and a very interesting conversation. Really interesting, thoughtful Star Trek conversation about the character, and generally cared about it in a way that was like, I'm not pretending, I'm just, I'll have this conversation. It was nice. Pleasant.
Not a bad account. $5. Simon Tarsus for B. He's a cutie. Right.
There you go.
Now there's some shuffling going on.
Mm-hmm.
Ralston S. Bailey, $2. Crush her. Don't mind if I do. Yes. JW, £2. Eric Pressman, the first Section 31 agent we see.
Did that not hit? Did that not go through?
Eric Pressman. Who the fuck is that? Why does that sound familiar?
Is he the captain? Is this the one? What? Oh. Bloody lag. Come on.
Hit like, guys. We're one like away from 50.
Yes. There we go. Okay.
Somebody hasn't hit like yet.
How could you? Oh yes, the Pegasus guy. I mean, it's like 30.
I don't know if he's Section 31. He's Starfleet Intelligent. There's a difference.
I mean, a good amount of power for one episode.
And a great actor as well.
Almost the consummate Admiral who's just trying to help and protect and serve. And he was Riker's XO.
Yep, I think character-wise, I think he probably deserves an A.
That much better than Shaev. Because, you know who he is more.
Exactly, yeah.
And I do think if he was doing good missions, he would inspire loyalty. Hence, I think I'll go low A. I think I would agree. I think you can see why he is who he is and why he is who he is. Who he is? Yeah. Yeah. Interesting.
All right, classic for real, $50. Here we go. So I didn't go far enough. Man, I should be expecting a great video from Trekyards for Hallow, Thanks, Xmas, New Year's for the entire Trekyards family. Bump everyone up until the dollars run out. P.S. I did not do Luton. Believe it or not, Luton legit sucks. All right, so bump her up to
That's 10
5.
bumps. That's 1, 2,
3, 4, 5. I just hate that it fucks with our chart because it's just stupid, but whatever.
6,
7, 8. Are any of the other ones his or just those ones? Well, you tell me what to bump out. I don't fucking know.
We'll go 9 and 10. The definitive ranking of TNG characters, part 1. We currently have a tremendous 6 in the buffer. I've been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have just to show you who we've got for next time. We've got this Bajoran lass. We've got.
Well, hold on, we can probably cover 1 or 2 more real quick.
Sure. Okay.
Tab extra 20 Krona Sarek, Mark Leonard S tier. I think you mean S tier.
It does not matter count. It does.
Yes, I would say yes.
He's only in 2. I don't think he could be
He's
S.
in the
though,
movie too. He's in Star Trek 4,
which isn't a TNG movie. But he's ill.
Oh, that's true.
He's ill, and he's in a bed in the second one. I don't think he could be that high because he's good, but he's very.
A then.
Yeah. He's such a. I mean, the episode is very good that he's in. So yeah, I think A because this is such a niche performance, and he excels, and to push the credibility, kind of like Shatner, of the illogical, and it still works. He's a ball and move, and yeah.
And Ralston S. Bailey, $5. Sarek, best Falcon appearance of TNG, and Leonard is top notch.
So not many Vulcans in TNG, I guess.
I think Susie Plaxton played a better Vulcan, honestly.
Well, she wasn't ill. Does help.
True.
Yeah.
ISFJ 1009, $5. Ensign Cito Jax. She participated in a cover-up with Wesley, but earned redemption from Picard as an Enterprise crewman, though it lost her life.
Sad performance. Sad. In a good way.
Come on. There you go.
She's almost not in the first episode. We watched it recently. She has like 5 lines, 6 lines. But it's a tier of people in it. She's good in it. And it's satisfying to see her back. And then I always forget she's at the end lost because it's about everyone else. I was like, oh, is that one? Oh.
Yeah, I forgot she was in it too.
So I forget her a lot. But then I find her again, like, oh, that's really sad. But I do forget her. I gotta go see. I don't think she leaves enough of an impression. Even though she's good, I don't know, something about it doesn't quite grab me in the same way.
Yeah, I think B.
Oh, I mean, go B then. I mean, if you want to give her the hostage points, the prisoner points. Because it does say a lot about the person to be able to do that.
Yeah. All right, you can fire some of these off real quick. Royston S. Bailey, $2. Laura's awesome, especially in early episodes. True.
Yeah. His first one's excellent.
Laughable Larry, $5. Nicholas Locarno.
I mean, straight to B as well. I mean, he's great.
Yeah, I think B is warranted.
Because of the end, right? The fact that he does do the right thing, and he's doing everything for the right reasons. It's just right reason, wrong way. I made a joke in a film recently about how a Vulcan can lie if it's not called lying. So he's able to do his thing because he justifies it in a certain way. And he's good in it. You see why he was chosen to do more.
Ralston S. Bailey, $2. But Beats Planetaris is a very interesting character, yes, but not TNG.
Nope. Sorry.
We might get through these, actually. Tab Extra, 50 Krona. Robin Leffler, we all had a crush on her. B. I would say she's higher than a B.
I mean, she's honestly, she's the prodigy that Wesley could have been in season 1. Because she's a properly written prodigy.
Yeah. I think she should be an A at least.
I think she's a solid A. Because she's really good in it.
I wanted to put her as S just because she's so cute, but I don't think... She could have been better. I wish she was more in it more.
If she was in 2,
at
the same level, probably would have been an S, because she's so the way you do a prodigy in the Trek world, but without being obnoxious.
Yeah.
And we all wanted to like kiss her at the end, didn't we? You know.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Crazy.
No,
she's really
all right, we'll do the last 2 real quick.
Okay.
Jonathan Earl, $2. Dr. Ira Graves, to know him is to love him, to love him is to know him, blah, blah, blah.
Now, are we including Data as Ira Graves, because it is the same character?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
He's memorable.
Very, yeah.
I would say very high C, but not quite dipping into B, because most of his performance is Brent.
Yeah.
So you don't think of this guy, but I do think he's strong C, respectful C.
And lastly, for today, not a band account, $2, Admiral Leonard McCoy.
Oh no!
It's not gonna be. This is not gonna go S tier or even A tier
or even B tier. The problem is, they don't even call him bloody the guy. He's just the Admiral because they don't want to use the TOS bullshit. Oh, we can't reference TOS. Let's call him the Admiral. When you could have actually utilised him in a way more appropriate if they actually said, you know, Kirk in my day. I'm sorry, he's a D. He's in it, not enough. He's fine. He could have been any other Admiral. The makeup is confusing. Did they dye? No, it must have been a wig. But I don't know. Would the dyes have that?
I don't think so. It's a wig. Yeah, D is fine for that. Unfortunately, as much as he's a legacy character, he doesn't have the screen time or the gravitas of Scotty. So
yeah, he's definitely he's low key McCoy.
Yeah.
And classic, yes, more than you guys know. So really helps.
Anyway. That's it. We are going to sign off now. But thank you guys for watching. We will revisit this because there are other characters. This is definitely one worth revisiting. We'll do it also for other shows like Voyager and DS9 and all of them eventually. So stay tuned to see what we come up with next.
Yeah.
We love your interactions. We love your ideas you throw in.
Yeah, this is a gold standard live in terms of you guys throw us interesting debates, interesting people and questions, and wonderful variety. Really, you took the spirit of this one and elevated it because some really excellent options. And I would not necessarily have put Barclay and like that's a good debated list. I feel good about most of those until they were raised. Yeah. Yes,
raising. Yes.
But we'll see you tomorrow, and then Friday.
Fridays are Lower Decks review. Yeah.
So look forward to those two. Exciting.
So until then, we'll end the poll real quick. Who was your favorite TNG guest star? Miles O'Brien wins with 57%.
Wow.
Second place, Luoxana Troy. Third place, Guinan, 19%. Wesley Crusher got 0. We got a 0. We actually got a true, legit 0 on a poll. That was up for a long time.
Super rare. R.I.P. Will. R.I.P.
And on that note, until next time, he's Commander Kai.
He's got a Foley. Thank you all so much, guys.